apparently there's a Diablo 4 leak here. I don't know if this is like a meme or something. I have no idea. Is it a leak? I don't know.
Woke up today, I genuinely didn't expect to see a leaked image of my favorite class, the Paladin from D2, making a supposed return to Diablo 4. My heart
probably
skipped a beat
Photoshop.
for a moment. So I took it upon myself to examine this picture further, and here's a quick video discussing the questionable validity of the image's authenticity from a lore and real-world perspective.
Fake leaks?
First
We'll
off,
see.
I do 100% believe the Paladin class, specifically Paladin, is returning to Diablo 4 versus a generic Holy Warrior, Crusader, or even...
I don't think they're going to do a Crusader because they did a Crusader for Diablo 3. And realistically, a Paladin and a Crusader, they're both guys that run around and they have a shield and they do holy damage. They're basically the same fucking thing.
One of Inarius's pointy Church of Light knights. How I know
Templar,
this? All of said evidence from the lore is outlined in a video Tails and I made some time ago, which will be linked at the end of this video. Now again, I won't go into the lore too much as the other video covers it so well, but imagine your people, the Paladins, have been scattered to the wind, and some angel who is strongly suggested to turn evil, or at least using the church for his own benefits, took on your symbology and claimed to serve the light. You'd want some justice.
Yeah, true.
However, I think we have to see Inarius' story play out first, and then we'll get that later. Ironically, the same thing happened with the Paladin surviving sect in Diablo 2, when Mephisto bastardized the Zakarum, turned them basically into his puppets, and then had the council become his deformed playthings by shoving shards of his soul stone into them.
What the fuck?
Now, back to the image breakdown. Admittedly, it comes with zero context and is circulating Facebook groups at the moment. Now, I have to admit I had heard whispers that a Holy Warrior was slated for launch, but then pulled last minute to refine further. However, we shall see if this actually happens during an add-on or DLC launches. If we do get the Crusader treatment, as a Holy Knight is probably best left after stomping a heel Inarius and getting some of that real holy retribution versus his church. But again, this is all speculation. What I do know is that this picture, unfortunately, looks photoshopped. To add to its validity, though, the Zakarum shield, well fitting, and the aesthetic of the knight having a crown, which is a nice touch as it's all
I could see this being real. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is completely... I'm not out on this. Yeah, it looks very cool.
Getting back to Diablo 2, but you'll notice that the picture of the Paladin is noticeably flatter than the rest of the classes. In fact, the image looks almost painted if you look closer. Hence why, in all likelihood, they probably chose to post this grainy phone pic to mask that fact versus an HD screenshot that would of course make him seem separate from the rest of the image, though the lighting is a nice detail. However, the final nail in the coffin, as Tails pointed out, is that warping sword of his. Now we can see by its hilt that it is a large sword. You'd expect it to be 3 or 4 foot long, but it does not go past his shield sitting over his left shoulder, and we should see the end of it go all the way past his back, making me believe that this is just a poor crop and they've accidentally cut the tip of the sword out. That is, unless it's the most hilt-heavy dagger known to man, or it's a different sword entirely.
That's a good point. Yeah, it could be a flail.
But I'm just making excuses.
Oh yeah, you're
From
right.
that angle, we should have seen the rest of the sword. But that is just my take. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is the image legit? Am I off base? Or is this just holy bait for us Paladin boys holding out hope?
So I think 100%, even if this isn't the Paladin, even if this isn't what the Paladin is going to be, definitely Paladin is going to be the new class. I feel like it just makes sense, you know? Because you have Necromancer, you don't have like a holy class in the game. It's like you don't even have a monk, for example. You've got a druid, but you kind of need a paladin. We deserve that? Well, exactly, right? I mean, because that's the one thing that Diablo has. I mean, you can't have a fucking Necromancer without a paladin. That's a little bit one-sided, isn't it? Someone asked why barbs can use shields or can't use shields, and Rod Ferguson teased there's a reason for that, and this was after the leak for Paladin. Yeah, I mean, there's no way they aren't going to do Paladin, man.